What's going on, car family? I'm Ben Wayne, and thank you for joining me in another video. Today we're checking out one of those unique Coupe-ified SUV high performance vehicles. One of those vehicles that didn't really exist 20 years ago, but today they're all over the place. 20 years ago, who would have thought, right? This is the 2024 BMW X6 M60i. And again, it's a coupe SUV type deal going on. Now, at first glance, when these vehicles started to come out, I wanted to hate them because, from the design perspective, they looked unlike anything I've seen before, didn't really make any sense. And, in certain ways, they still don't. But once you get behind the wheel and drive vehicles like these, particularly this one, they handle so well. You forget about all the emotions, the weird design language made you feel while you were outside of the vehicle when you're behind the wheel. It's incredible. So today, let's go through the exterior and interior details of this one and see how this ride has been engineered for excellence. So I want to start off at the front of the vehicle. Of course, we're getting LED everything. This is a BMW after all. So you're getting those unique looking daytime running lamps. And of course, the LED headlamps as well. The traditional kidney grille is up there, done in black, because this particular model features the shadow line specification. So it's going to black out a lot of, the accents that are typically silver on a BMW. They're going to go to black. Gives it a more aggressive look. Also with the front fascia, you'll notice you have inlets for your intercoolers and also some inlets on the side on the exterior portions that help channel air and provide a laminar flow across the front wheels. I think that's pretty trick. Now, as you can see, this thing has a lot of get up and go. Underneath the hood, we're talking a 4.4 liter BMW M twin power turbo V8, giving you 523 horses, 523 pound-feet of torque. This thing moves. It's connected to an 8-speed automatic transmission. They claim 0 to 60 in the mid-4s. Quite frankly, it feels a lot faster than that, in my opinion. And it's connected to a sport exhaust system. And of course, we have M performance brakes as well, keeping all of this in check. I will say the exhaust system is a bit quieter than I expected, compared to a lot of the AMGs I've test driven. So let me lay into it. Let me roll down the window. Maybe you guys hear it a little bit. It's definitely got the power. It sounds good. I just wish there was a little bit more noise there. But that's just my opinion. Yeah, so it definitely has the power there. So you're not lacking in terms of acceleration or handling at all. This thing handles extremely well, right? So that's what's underneath the hood. The hood, typical BMW design language, very subtle lines. It's not overly exaggerated or overly aggressive. The design language just kind of flows along like you see in a lot of other BMWs. The side profile, we get 22-inch M wheels. I love that about this vehicle. Gives it a nice aggressive look. And of course, you got to talk about the roofline, how it's a coupe roofline on an SUV. So when you get towards the rear seats, it starts to come down a little bit, similar to what you see in the Mercedes-Benz GLE coupe, right? So there are a bunch of these all over the market. Take your pick. Now, again, we do have the M Sport brakes with the red brake calipers on. They're also available in blue as well, if you're interested in that. But again, that red just helps pop it off. Gives it a little bit of a break between, the darker colors. You have the dark blue, and the shadow line spec gives you the gloss black side view mirrors and gloss black window surround. So that red kind of pops out a little bit there. Now, in terms of your driving dynamics, you do have an M Sport differential that gives you a rear torque bias in this vehicle, and it makes it feel a little bit more like a sports car, right? So this is an all-wheel drive vehicle, but that rear torque bias is going to send most of that torque to the rear wheels. giving you a sports car vibe when driving this vehicle. I love that about this car. Now you do also have four-wheel steering, and it's not one of those subtle four-wheel steering systems that you're like, hey, this might have it. When you turn the wheel on this vehicle, you know. At low speeds, it feels like this vehicle is wrapping around you, especially when you like turn out of your driveway or, do a U-turn. You can really feel that this car is almost turning on a dime. That's how aggressive this four-wheel steering system is. I love the way it feels in this vehicle. It makes me feel like I can go into tight situations without having any anxiety at all. So that's nice as well. Let me put the windows back up. Hopefully there isn't too much noise going into the mic. So this vehicle also is fitted with the dynamic handling package, which uses the M Sport suspension, and it also has an anti-roll system. Really helps the vehicle feel extremely planted, especially on, twist and curvy roads. I will say this X6 feels a lot smaller than it looks. It's able to hide the weight extremely well, and I don't feel like I'm in a vehicle that has a high center of gravity. For example, when I'm driving this vehicle, I don't feel like I'm in an SUV at all, and that's the amazing thing. BMWs are known for being precision machines when it comes to handling, right? And this X6 lives up to the tradition of BMW. So even though it looks like something that doesn't handle really well, somehow they've made it do that. And that just takes the wow factor, up another notch. You could have a passenger in here and just completely surprise them with the capability that this vehicle has to offer. So it's insane how, this vehicle still feels like it's on rails, but it's a huge SUV. So I will say I'm amazed about that. Coming towards the rear, you have a high waistline back there. You do have that exhaust system back there. And then you have these thin light blades that serve as your tail lamps. I really like the look of that. Of course, they're all LED, that goes without saying. Lift up the hatch and you drop the split second row. You can have up to about 59 cubic feet of storage. So there is some practicality here. That's what people are looking for when they buy vehicles like this. They wanted a sports car, maybe for having kids, they can't have one. It's not as practical. This vehicle offers you, the best features of both worlds. That means you're getting the performance and you're also getting the usability that you would see in a sports car and an SUV respectively, right? So they hit the nail on the head. They keep making these things, so that is proof that there's a market for it. I'm having a ton of fun driving this car. Just the handling is so crisp. And the brakes are so responsive. I don't feel, any anxiety whatsoever when it comes time to hit those brakes. They just clamp down and they bring this thing into control very nicely. I like that. Now coming towards the interior, you have this merino leather. I love this leather. Just really provides a pop of color to the interior. We have a dual thin film transistor display up here on the dash, 14.9 inches for the infotainment system. And then of course you have a 12.3 inch display system for your instrument cluster. This does feature, the BMW gesture controls and stuff like that. I think that is incredible. You also have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It just works extremely well in this system. It all is very easy to use. Now, I will say that one thing I noticed is a lot of the controls for the air conditioning system and the seats are hidden inside this touchscreen display system, which really isn't a favorite feature of mine in this car. That's probably like the only thing I don't like about it. I kind of like having the hard keys there for those items that I adjust frequently. I would like to just be able to have a hard key where I can just make quick adjustments. So this touchscreen system, unfortunately, does not offer that, but everything else is very user-friendly, easy to use once you get the hang of it. Coming lower, we do have carbon fiber accents, so that gloss carbon fiber looks nice. You have an M logo here on the passenger side dash as well, which changes color. I noticed depending on what mode you're driving in, that's pretty trick. You also have two cup holders, USB ports, wireless charging, carbon fiber inlay on the center console. The seats are extremely comfortable. I was shocked that there aren't any massage features in this car for about $113,000. I was shocked about that, but they do feature 3 levels of cooling, 3 levels of heating as well. And speaking of the heating, once you activate the heated seats, your door panels and center console are heated as well. That's extremely nice. That's a nice touch. I did find that enjoyable as we're transitioning into the warmer temperatures. We have the cold mornings here and then the warmer temperatures in the afternoon. So during those cold mornings, I have found, those heated surfaces to be extremely useful. I like that about this vehicle. The seats, again, they're beautiful and they're comfortable as well. They have that unique BMW pattern. And again, I love the color, it just pops out and goes nicely with the blue exterior. The steering wheel is also heated, heats up really well and quick. One of the best heated steering wheels I've tested in a while, of course. And again, we have the thin film transistor display behind there as well. Up front, we're looking at about 40 inches of legroom, so it is quite spacious. The headroom, there's plenty as well. And we do have a massive panoramic roof bringing in natural light into the cabin as well. Door panels are done nicely in black leather with the brown leather and the contrast stitching. You have the carbon fiber inlays in the door panels as well. And then I love the speaker grill design. It looks like it's been laser cut. Wouldn't be surprised if it was. But again, it's just a nice touch to the overall, luxury theme of this vehicle. It feels like a six-figure vehicle, and that's good because it is. Coming to the second row, we have 35 inches of legroom, plenty of USB ports as well. And again, back there, you can take advantage of that panoramic roof. Now, I did sit back there, and I noticed that the roof line doesn't come down as aggressively as you would think it is. So you do have plenty of headroom back there as well. Overall, that's just a quick look at this vehicle. I just love the go factor. You could just be cruising around town, hitting that 17 city or 22 highway miles per gallon, or you can just floor it and just go ballistic with that 523 horsepower that is on tap for this vehicle. It is absolutely insane. Like I said, there was a time where you wouldn't even think a manufacturer would put out something like this, but it seems to be the common theme nowadays, and I'm not mad at it. Like I said, when these cars first came out, from the design styling, I was a bit skeptical. Honestly, truth be told, I'm a car guy, so I love the BMWs of the 90s and the early 2000s. I love that design language. Um, now the modern design language, it's growing on me. Do I like it as much as what they were doing 20 years ago? Probably not. But the performance and the handling of the vehicles they're kicking out today is by far superior, better than anything they've ever put out. And the X6 M60i truly demonstrates that. So if you're looking at a performance SUV and money is no object to you, you might want to take a look at one of these. I mean, just that acceleration is just, it's brutal. It's brutal acceleration. So take a look at one of these if you're interested in something fun but practical. You're gonna love it. The build quality is typical BMW. It's quite impressive. So those are my thoughts on the X6 M60i. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And until next time, I'm Ben Wayne, the automotive reviewer that YouTube deserves. I'll catch you guys in the next one.